when you heard me say this? Was it Kylie Jenner's lips, eyebrows on fleek, or did you ask yourself, why'd you just say #goals and pause? Don't give her the mic, what is she doing? But did you ever stop and think, what really are my goals? And how can I achieve them? Well, for many of us, graduating, maybe just passing English 3-1 at this point, going to university, getting that dream job may have been the first thing that came to mind when you heard me say #goals. But how often do you consider the barriers that make achieving these goals way more difficult? And the fact that some of these barriers only apply to you because of your gender. Well, there's a term called the glass ceiling or the glass wall, the glass barrier, whatever you want to call it. It's a term used to describe that unseen barrier that prevents you from achieving your goals just because of your gender, regardless of any qualifications or achievements you may have. So whether that's trying to get a certain position at work, or the wage gap between men and women for equal work, or even just gender stereotyping people on their work roles and abilities. But I can tell you firsthand how discouraging facing a wall like this can be to girls trying to achieve their goals. I like to compare this to walking up a flight of stairs, and at every level you're blocked by a transparent wall. You can see beyond this wall because your goal is set to get to the very top of the stairs, but you just can't get past it. So how do you do that? Well, let me share a situation that actually happened to me. A wall I once faced was being discriminated against because of my gender. So last year, my school academy and I started to do a bunch of projects around Edmonton. We'd go and present at different establishments to young female students how girls and boys are portrayed in the media and how damaging this image can be. So we'd go out in our academy uniform, and we'd do these presentations, but between one of the presentations, 3 of my classmates and me were pulled to the side and asked to leave the establishment we were presenting at because our uniform academy skirts didn't respect their dress code. Mind you, they respected our dress code, which is past the fingertips. I was blocked from achieving my goal of that day. This is the first instance where I really saw how young girls can be prevented from achieving their goals just because of their gender. Instead of teaching young girls about being discriminated against because of their gender, which is what I was doing with my academy, I was actually experiencing it. I was made to feel guilty for doing something, or in this case, wearing something, that was completely appropriate. My glass wall was in front of me, and I felt pretty terrible. I felt afraid to wear my uniform again, even if it was something that I was proud to wear, because to me, my uniform symbolizes being part of change, having a voice, and feeling empowered, yet I felt none of those things. But how did I get back to feeling all those things again? Well, I was fortunate enough to have my friends and teachers that were there on the spot and after when that happened to help support me and acknowledge that it wasn't my fault and that I was okay. And this all really made sense to me because my glass wall was shattered with the help of other people. Because a glass ceiling is something that needs teamwork. But as cliche as it sounds, the glory in life is that you learn from your past experiences and you have no regrets. But when you see that glass ceiling, that glass wall, that barrier in front of you, and you wonder how on earth you're going to break through it, take a look at the broken pieces of glass on the ground around you and behind you, and let those broken pieces of glass give you the strength to break through that barrier in front of you, because you realize you've already done it before, and you can do it again. And the good thing about these kinds of barriers is that they become easier to break when you realize there are other people trying to break it with you. When we realize we're all trying to break the exact same glass. And this is why we need to start working together now. Because by working together now, we make this process easier for generations to come. Just like the generations that have passed before us, like our mothers, even inspiring women like Malala, who fought for change just so that girls can have an education. These women fought together to make this struggle easier for us by fighting for our right to vote, by taking most of the hits and punches in the workplace, just so we can experience less discrimination. They have shown us that we need to instill leadership among young girls now. Because when we give them these amazing leadership skills and we teach them to work together and to be aware of gender issues, both male and female, and to instill self-worth, we give them the ability to break through any glass ceiling, any barrier they face. And this will allow them and give them the ability to achieve their goals. So I'm going to leave you with one question. What does #goals mean to you? Thank you.